This is a mountain meditation practice. Coming to rest now in a sitting position that embodies wakefulness and dignity and stability. Ensuring as best you can that your upper body is balanced on your hips, feeling comfortable but alert, perhaps by placing your hands in your lap or on your knees. And coming to this moment perhaps by becoming aware of the sensations of contact with your body and the chair, and perhaps your feet on the ground, and any sensations of air around the bottom of your legs, your hands and your arms. And if you feel comfortable closing your eyes and becoming aware of the fact that you're breathing. Not the thought of breathing, but the sensations themselves. Perhaps bringing attention to your stomach moving in and out, sensation of your rib cage expanding and contracting, and as best you can, following each breath in and out, and the turning points in between. No need to change the breathing, simply accepting it for how it is at this moment. And as you sit here, in this moment, as best as you can, allowing an image to form in your mind's eye of a mountain. Perhaps an image that you're familiar with from visits or a book, or simply one that you've created of the most magnificent mountain that you can bring to mind, letting it gradually come into focus, and spending a moment observing this mountain in your mind's eye, perhaps noticing its shape and the peaks at the top of the mountain, perhaps noticing whether the sides of the mountain are rugged or smooth, noticing if the peak is snow-capped or rough with stone, and perhaps lower down your mountain has waterfalls, perhaps forests or grassed areas. noting your mountain set deep into the ground, solid and unmoving. Noticing its presence from far away or close up, unchanging. And as you bring the mountain more vividly to the mind's eye, as best as you can, bringing that image into your own body as it sits here, so that as far as you're able, the mountain and your body become one, sharing in the majesty of the mountain, sitting here, resolute, still, imagining your head as the peak of the mountain, supported by the rest of your body, the sides and the slopes of the mountain. Able to see far and wide across the panorama, imagining your legs as the solid base of the mountain, alive but unwavering. Beyond the notion of thoughts and words, simply sitting here, grounded. And as you continue to sit, recognizing everything that changes around your mountain, perhaps the time of day, the light and the dark, the sun creating shadows on the mountain's edge, perhaps the mountain teeming with life, water, trees, plants, animals, all these things coming and going, moment by moment, around the mountain's stillness. Day following night, and night following day. Warmth of the sun on the mountain's surface, and then cold at night with the stars surrounding. Through all this change, the mountain simply sits. You simply sit. A constant, despite the change all around. Perhaps noticing changes with the seasons. The summer warmth, the light, the lack of snow at the peak of the mountain. Perhaps people coming and going up the mountain and down and at its base, commenting, admiring, perhaps even criticizing as they come to visit. But none of this mattering to the mountain. It stays as its essential self. Perhaps in the autumn, more clouds coming and going, the rain falling, making the surface of the mountain wet, and the streams and the waterfalls flowing more rapidly. And the mountain simply continues to sit, continues to be there as changes take place, as the seasons come and go. Perhaps noticing changes in the colours of the leaves as autumn progresses. Leaves falling. Green turns to red. Streams become covered with leaves. Perhaps more violent weather as we turn to winter. And the blanket of snow and ice perhaps returning. And the magnificence of the mountain again remaining unchanged. The reality of the mountain and its presence, not changed at all by the comings and goings of people, of opinions, of photographs, of trees changing, weather changing, temperature changing. The mountain stays the same. The ebb and flow of the weather, people coming and going, and there it stands. And as we gradually bring this practice to a close, as best you can, sitting with that image of the lofty mountain, considering your own being, embodying the values and characteristics of the mountain, allowing things to come and go, recognizing the ever-changing nature of thoughts and feelings, periods of light and dark in our own lives, and moments of bright colour and darker hues. experiencing our own weather, coming and going, but recognizing that we stay the same, not ignoring all these changes around us, but encountering them like the mountain, knowing them, holding these experiences in awareness. And allowing them to come and go. And perhaps just bringing this session to an end, opening your eyes, gradually moving your toes and your fingers, coming back into the room, spending a moment perhaps to notice the effects of this mindful practice